Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today we have some real breakup stories for you, the real kind. They were sent in recently, and I'll be unpacking them today. I've been off the mic for a few days on a sugar and coffee fast, which has been life-changing to say the least. Never done this before, but boy, it really makes you wonder how much happiness you get from a cup of coffee in the morning. So today, my ex left me for another woman. What I didn't put in the title was, it's a woman for another woman. So this will be interesting to unpack. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, send it into writemac.com, WRITEMAC.com. And if you want to join the Discord right now, which is growing, and a way to connect with myself off the mic, off YouTube, the links in the show notes and also to the side here. So my ex left me for another woman is an interesting one, because someone would think that maybe this is a male, but it's actually a woman. And this happens now. I've had clients in the past that have had people that they're married to, been in long-term relationships, and they've been left for a gay relationship or homosexual relationship, if you will. And so the one of the ones that comes to mind was this was a couple years ago, and the client said that they knew that the man that they were marrying was gay in the past, or liked to participate in that in private, and when they got together, she knew about this, but once they got married, she thought it was over with. What I would find interesting about this is if someone finds it a double standard, if you will, if it's a double standard that, you know, are you okay with this because it's not another man? So the same thing happened with another client that I had in the past, that basically the individual broke up with them, and they said, well, I'm seeing another woman, right? I'm seeing another woman, but is it okay if I continue to see the other woman because you're a man? So I'm in a monogamous relationship with two different sexes. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So I'm going to get into the story today soon. This is a time that I don't usually come on. MC, good morning to you also. So I have, like I said, I've been off the mic for a while, and I thought, you know what? I got to get back on. But I'm going to unpack these stories really quick, and let's get into them. Hold on a sec here. I'm writing you about a breakup of 1 year ago. It's actually 1 year ago and 2 months. My ex left me at the altar, not literally, but we were going to get married in 2 weeks. And she called me and told me she just couldn't do it. We were together for 5 years and 3 years that we lived together. I still can't figure it all out. We were getting married, man. I'm 30 now, and she's just behind at 29. We had a lot going for us. I've got a great job, and so does she. I can't figure it out. Well, this is one of the really tough positions to be in when you break up, is that you feel like you can't figure it out. And what you're doing a lot of times is you don't want to accept the reality. You don't want to accept the truth. Because if you've been with her for 5 years, 3 years, you live together and you're getting married, then you kind of know what's up. You just don't like it. She told me that she just wasn't ready, and that if she felt like she wasn't ready, that it wasn't fair to keep a good man like myself off the market. That's a kind way to break up. She said I was perfect in so many ways. Then she went on this big soppy story of how her parents never got along, and that she didn't want to live her life like that. She felt like she was just like her mom, which scared the hell out of her. So I just took it, man. Well, there you go. if you can't figure it out, she just told you. She's got issues with her parents never getting along, and marriage scares her because she doesn't want to have the same marriage as her parents. That's pretty crystal clear. So that right there is you glazing over the fact that she told you what it was. So I just took it, man. I was shocked, and I just wanted more of an explanation. It didn't seem like enough to me. So now a year later, we've only spoken 5 times through emails, not text. Wow, a year later, and you guys have spoken 5 times through emails, not text. Okay, that's an interesting way to correspond. Everyone texts these days. I can't believe she went so damn cold. In the email, she usually has just said happy birthdays, Merry Christmases, and she congratulated me on a job promotion. She heard about from my mom that she still talks to. Well, that sounds, a lot of times one of the number one thing people get really upset about, they get really hurt about, is not getting a happy birthday or a Merry Christmas. So the fact that she's done that or gone out of her way to do that says a lot. It says that she still cares about you, she's still thinking of you, and you're still in her mind, on her mind. And the fact that she's still in contact with your mom and willing to give you a congratulations on a job promotion, this is a positive thing. She also mentioned that she's in therapy right now and it's going well. That's fantastic, because that's what would probably be recommended for an individual that 2 weeks before they're getting married decides to leave you at the altar. Was it 2 weeks? Yeah. 2 weeks leaves you at the altar, and you're thinking to yourself, what do I do now? What do I do now? She's telling you, I got issues. She's got a fear of marriage. So she's going to therapy right now, and she's figuring it out. I don't know why she needed therapy. She broke up with me. The therapy's not about you. It's about her childhood. That's what therapy usually is based on, really. She told me the breakup brought a lot to the surface about her parents and her fear of marriage. Well, there you go. Again, crystal clear. See, this isn't about you. It's not about you being a bad boyfriend or a bad guy. It's about her figuring out what she wants and what she wants moving forward. But more importantly, she's got a fear of marriage. If you've been together fine for 5 years and everything was great, she's worried that she's going to end up like her parents. I was nothing but good to this woman. Why would you run from that? Again, you didn't have her childhood. You didn't have her marriage. What she dealt with as a child. And so you can't relate. She knows that too. She told me that too. I've dated online here and there. But with the COVID this year, pickings have been sparse. Part of me just wants to call her up and ask her out. She only lives about an hour away. I've heard she's single through a friend. What's your take, Mac? In this particular case, I would say you could ask her out. It's been over a year. You haven't been begging and pleading. The contact that you've had 5 times through emails has been positive. You just have to be at a place in your life where you can accept the fact if she says no, then you're okay with it. If she says, maybe I got to think about it, say, yeah, no problem, get back to me when you can. And then finally, if she accepts, go for it. But you don't have a whole lot to lose here. But the positives are that she was thinking of you on these special days. So I would say in your particular case, yeah, why not? Why not go for it and ask her out? If you ask her out, at this point, it being over a year, the smoke is cleared a bit. Hopefully the therapy's helped her out a lot. And you can actually see where she stands. So what you want to do is you don't want to put too much weight on the fact that if she says yes or no. You want to put more weight on getting clarity. Okay? And the clarity would tell you right now where she stands. And I would say if she's reached out 5 times through emails and has been thoughtful and kind in those emails, and there was nothing wrong with why you broke up. There was nothing, in other words, she didn't say you did something wrong. She had to do the work, and she's been seeing a therapist. And so I think you should go for it. On the flip side, if she says no, you got to accept it and be okay with it. So I got one more story that just came in. a couple days ago. Hey, Coach, I'd like to thank you for your great content and outstanding efforts in helping people with their breakups. It's appreciated. I'd like to share my story publicly. No problem. Well, thank you for sharing it publicly. I was with my ex for about 2 years. She's a kind soul, and I'd say pretty but not beautiful. Okay. That's okay by me. I loved her personality. She's funny and outgoing, while I'm sort of an introvert of sorts. We've been split up for over 3 weeks, and it's really starting to take a toll on me. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't crap. Thanks for that one. It's horrible. Basically, what happened is she had an identity change when she got her new job. For years, she did online sales and worked from home, but then recently she got a job at a big company, and the company is very social within lots of group activities. That's interesting during COVID times, but everyone's in a different situation. She actually started hanging out with a lesbian woman quite a bit. They started off going to lunch a lot, and then as COVID came, they locked down together, as she said it was better for them to work together. Now, this is a bit of a red flag, more than a red flag. I mean, this is just awkward. It's not because it's another woman, because this is quite possible that someone could have an affair with another woman or be in a relationship like this. The fact that they're going to work together at her house and lock down together, and you two have lived together for about, I was with my ex for 2 years. No, this is unacceptable. She would come see me on the weekends. Right there, the idea that it's about work, we really lost touch at this point. Well, no duh. I started to question her about this woman, and she got defensive immediately. I then noticed a small hickey on her neck, which she claimed was from a cat bite. I guess it's possible. I decided to do some detective work and check her phone, and that's where it all came to fruition. They were seeing each other and doing naughty things. She even had some nudes of this lady. I couldn't believe it. My heart dropped. I couldn't believe it. Well, believe it. You got your evidence. You got your facts, which is clarity once again. And the fact is, at this point, are you done? Are you going to be competing? She's seeing someone else, whether it's a woman or a man. She was cheating on me with a lesbian woman. Yes. I confronted her, and the first she got pissed for checking her phone. Then she finally broke down and told me she loved this woman and that she was going to tell me. But part of her thought it wasn't a good time for me, plus she still loved me. Well, she's conflicted then. She wants her cake and eat it too. As we talked more, she asked if I could accept her having this woman as her girlfriend in a separate relationship. I said no. She cried and cried, then packed a small bag of stuff and left. She's been back when I was at work to pick up a few more things, but she hasn't been clear with her intentions, as in if she's moving out. Well, she said she's still in love with you, so and I would have to guess she's wondering if you'll accept this. And she knows I can't afford the rent by myself. Well, that's a separate problem, so separate that. She says that her feelings stand and that she'll be staying with this woman for the time being. Well, there's your answer. I asked about rent, and she said for this month she'll cover her end, but we can talk about next month another time. Well, that sounds very convenient for her. Rent's going to be an issue, so I would separate that from the relationship, because you have to make arrangements if you can't afford the rent. So I would be a little bit more urgent on that matter. We've got a really good deal here. I'd hate to lose the place. Sure you would. She's gone on to tell me she doesn't know what to do because she does miss me a lot. Now, 3 weeks later, I haven't been initiating contact as I don't know what to do. Of course, I want her back, but how am I not accepting her with another? How am I not accepting her without another human? I don't get what you meant there. Well, actually, you're saying she's with someone else. The question would be, would it be totally different if it was a man? It's not fair to me. No one would think it was fair in a monogamous relationship. I've shared the story with a couple buddies, and they think it's actually funny because it's another woman. They said it's better than another man. Well, that's up to the individual to decide how they feel about that. I don't think it's funny because you're hurt. That's why sometimes going to friends, family, and colleagues doesn't always help. Why even said he'd accept? One even said he'd accept it. Well, he's not you, so don't put much value in that. I'm just not sure what the hell to do here. What's your take, Coach Mac? We'll figure out what you want. It's only been 3 weeks. You were shocked by this all. And the flip side to this is that you don't realize that you still need time on this to think about it. You know, when someone breaks up with you and they leave you for someone at work and they move out immediately, it's like getting hit with a sledgehammer out of nowhere, right? So you really have to think. Your initial reaction out of a breakup is, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to lose this person. I miss them. I don't want to lose this relationship. I don't want to feel like I wasted all this time. But you actually need time. If you've been left for another person, I've never had this happen to me directly, to get your bearings on what you really want. Because if you just go back as a knee-jerk reaction, if someone's cheated on you and it's already been known, if it's been known that they cheated on you and they've made it known, guess what? You're not going to let that go in 3 weeks. And if you get back together, it's still going to be an issue. And if you decide that 3 months, 6 months down the road that you guys get back together, it's going to be an issue. Because trust was broken. There's trust, connection, attraction, and connection. And I'll tell you what, the hardest one to maintain is trust after it's been broken. So regardless of your decision right now, you're not going to have trust back with that woman anytime soon. And that's going to be tough. Rob, what's going on? I can't believe you're up right now. This is pretty late. MX Shark Gang. Great name. Jesse Chapman, you're the man. I hope you're well, bud. MC, good morning in England. I did remember this time. I hope you're all well out there. If you have any questions, let me know. It's kind of an odd time that I don't usually come on, but I had these couple of stories to share, and I thought I could make them a live stream. Trust after broken usually is a fragile dynamic. Hanging on. It's almost 4 a.m. Man, you're a night owl. How do you get the name MX Shark Gang? What does that come from? Just curious. Maybe I asked you that before. I always stay up to take part. You were already up, I believe. We got 11 on deck, 3 likes. I appreciate the likes. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on deck here. I was on the sugar fast and coffee fast, still am, winding down from it. It definitely makes you look at things different. You will never trust anyone again. That again, why would you even want to go back? You know what, Jesse? That's a good assessment. The reason someone wants to go back is you're conflicted by the idea that you're going to lose a relationship that you spent 2 years on. So as an objective individual on the outside, as myself, it's easy for me to go, oh my God, you'll never trust them again. You can never accept cheating. But someone on the inside of the relationship, it's just not that easy. And so they really have to look at the idea that they need time. They need space. And it sounded like in this particular case that the way the story went, that this guy's having an issue with the fact that she left him for another woman, which his friends have kind of made fun of him. And thank you, MC. I appreciate it. I really do. His friends had made fun of him. and it's kind of one of those things that's not common as per se, but you're still getting cheated on. She went and stayed with someone during COVID. I'm a patron of the Black Book Basics. They talk about the same things on their YouTube channel. The shark refers to how the dumpy should act. No contact, etc. Alpha of the sea. Ah, okay. So the picture on MX Shark Gang is a woman or a man? These little icon pictures. I believe Rob's a big fan of the Black Book Bases. Etc. etc. Well, like I said, it's so easy. It's so easy to say, oh, someone cheated, I'm going to leave them. But when someone's in the relationship, there's a lot of variables into that. But if someone cheated in the relationship, is done in the respect of my opinion, I'd rather be alone than someone do that. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Jesse. I'm just saying for some people it's not that easy. Because if there's 2, 3, 4 years and they live together, they don't like in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, they don't process like, oh, I'm done with them. Now there's some people, you do them wrong. You probably have friends, family, or colleagues like this. You do them wrong, they can be done with you in a millisecond. Bam. I've got a family member like that. Millisecond, done with you. Never talk to you again. Right? Never talk to you again. But there's some other people out there that are more soft, empathic, sympathetic. Some might say weak. And they're going to give someone a second chance. They're going to let them explain it to them. So everyone's different. And it's a choice. I'm the one who works at the ice cream place. Okay, the ice cream place is in Seattle, if I'm correct, right? How are things going? You're a Marine before, so you changed your name for Shark Gang, I think. Are ice cream stores open in COVID? He reached out yesterday, as you know. I haven't responded. How do I know? I don't remember you telling me. Wow. Yeah, I get that. Financial hooks, etc. Flocks 94. Salute family. What's up? The Bay Area's finest. I hope you're doing well, Flocks. I hope you're doing well, but it's late over there, huh? Carlos Exuma. Most places in the UK have open now. That's great. I commented on the video from yesterday you did. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can pull that up. Maybe I'll pull up some comments here. Let's take a look here. One moment. Had a few comments yesterday. Everyone likes the psychic video. Has anyone ever gotten a psychic before that's on the live stream right now? Gyms are open. That's a plus. Little bit of breakup rage today, but I'm blessed. Well, isn't that an oxymoron? I'm blessed, but I have breakup rage. Lose the rage. It's just a breakup. You're going to get through this, my friend. You're going to get through it. What's the alternative, Phlox? Things here are still locked down. Damn, Rob. That's right. Just take some time and attention. Man. It really does take some time and attention. It takes you to keep moving. Keep moving. Keep doing new stuff. Don't be sedentary. Don't sit in your house too long. Get moving. Yeah, I got vaccinated though. Did you want to do that? Coach Mac McCarthy, I'd appreciate that. Okay. All right, Shark Gang. I got it here. All right. Okay. So Shark Gang writes, I'd appreciate that, really. Okay. I don't like to get him back. Okay, here we go. Shark Gang, this one's for you. So what did the psychic tell you? That I'll get him back. I had to work on myself. Maybe it wasn't true. Part is I don't know. Well, whatever a psychic tells you, you have a right to agree or disagree with it. You have free will in the situation. I mean, that's pretty broad information. I second guess myself getting him back. What kind of relationship are you getting back? Is it a healthy relationship? But what if you're second guessing if you want the person back, then I'm not sure that you really do. As you know, he broke after the 30-day and disappeared. He reached out again. Today I haven't responded. I don't know when I will. I really asked myself if I was emotionally ready. I'm not. I took a while to work on myself mentally, and I don't want to go backwards where the pain returns for the third time in the healing process. I haven't responded. I don't know when I will. I really asked myself, was I emotionally ready or not? So when he's reaching out, it's automatic that you're going to get back together. I took a while to work on myself mentally, and I don't want to go backwards where the pain returns for the third time in the healing process. Then don't. Why would you go back? Because you're lonely? I was in a 3-way drama and thought he was over his past right now. I just got a 01 Supra to make myself happy. Like a Toyota Supra, the car? I remember those. 01, wow, that's 20 years ago. It's been a rough year. I'm on my own honeymoon stage. Will I respond? I have no idea. I'm fighting myself at the moment. Okay, here's okay. Bottom line is, if your ex reaches out to you and you're fighting the idea of responding to them, do you even really want to talk to them? You should be wanting to talk to them. So 2021? Okay. I don't even know what those look like, but I remember the Toyota Supra with the big spoiler. If your ex reaches out to you and you're not responding to them, there's something there that you don't want to be with them, that you feel wounded still. And if you've broken up twice already, you need more time. What are you, let me ask you this. Are you thinking that you want to get back with them for them because you have pity? What's your hesitation? What did he do to hurt you? Do you want to do a call? So you wrote on, I appreciate that. I really don't know what to do. I can't wait to see you on the next live stream. I'm about 3 months out of the relationship. Not sure he's reaching out again. Just the basic, how are you text. Here I am thinking, you weren't over your toxic ex. What do you want? Not sure why he's reaching out again. Just the basic, how are you text. Here I am thinking, you weren't over your toxic ex. What you want? Could it be that he is actually lying, that he was talking to the ex again as friends so I could leave him alone? I would have to know the whole story here. I hear this happen on some degree. He said that when I was in a phase of I think we need to work it out, begging but not. He knows I'm waiting for him since I told him that. That was probably a mistake. It was the moment. Then the second guessing myself like shit. This was short term, by the way. We also lived together and worked together. I moved out a week later, then he broke up with me. Living together and working together is not fun. I don't recommend that. That's just too much time together. The fact that you lived together and you moved out, were you supposed to stay together? And the idea that you have this toxic ex that's in the clouds, it's all no bueno. Give yourself some time. If you're hurt, it's not time to get back together. Yeah, no. When you work together, it's not. In the beginning, it could be fun and cute and everything like that. I've done it before. I remember in my early 20s, it was annoying for me. And then it's even worse when you break up because you have to see each other all the time. Yeah, resign. Well, here's the thing. You got a new car. You're going to get a new job. You got a new start to life, hon. That's good that you got another job, that you had the money to buy a new car. If someone has a toxic ex that they're still seeing, that just eliminates trust, right? How is someone going to trust anyone when they're seeing their ex or they're talking to their ex? How would he talk about his ex? And let me ask you this, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was the relationship overall? What was the scale of the relationship on a scale of 1 to 10 overall? What was the attraction 1 to 10? What was the connection 1 to 10? And what was the trust 1 to 10? Why do you think you need more time? Because 9 until after the breakup. Wow. Well, that's pretty high. Well, then that's something that, if you consider the relationship overall a 9, well, then you need some more time to think about it. There's something there. What was the level of attraction 1 to 10? What was the level of connection 1 to 10? And what was the trust 1 to 10? Let me go back to this. See if there's some other comments here. Rachel Roberto writes, oh, these are one of those ones for the GPS. God, they send these out a lot in the comments, where these ads for these faulty get your ex back schemes. Bang on as always, Mac. I think the key is focusing your energy into other aspects of your life without trying to bury your head into the sand from all the emotions and feeling. It's nearly 2 years from my breakup, and I'm only starting to see myself coming through the other side of it. Acknowledge my part in the situation, and having went through a number of big life changes recently, it's just put it all into perspective for me. I've just moved into my own new home, got myself a new decent job in the civil service, and I'm about to return to higher education in the autumn to study for a law degree. My ex's biggest criticism being I had little motivation and drive at the later end of the relationship. I ended up unemployed due to mental health reasons. Knowing I was able to get through that difficult time, fix myself, and get back out there and boss up on all my own has been a liberating experience. And in the end, I know I'll be all right. Just like to say thank you personally that I found your advice and discussions on the stuff invaluable during all this. Keep doing what you're doing, and folks reading this, listen to this man. He knows his shit. Right on, Crazy 993. During our relationship, he kept comparing me to her, how I act, looked, etc. The red flags were in my face, but I tried to be supportive girlfriend, blindsided. Well, I think a lot of times people will compare their exes to their current boyfriends or girlfriends, but doing it while you're in the relationship verbally is not good. I want them back, but I'm not willing to be an option either. Then don't be. Give yourself some time. Like I said, you got a new car, you got a new place. Hopefully you live in a good community that's you're excited about. You're excited about your new car. Give yourself some time to see what it's like to be single. Give yourself some real time on this, because I think it's going to take time. Don't go back into this relationship. But it sounds like the traction was a 10, the trust was an 8. Wow. I left his message there without opening it. Well, that just says you're not ready. You want to do a live coaching session, Shark Gang, let me know. Let's unpack it. I'll help you. You know, the live coaching session is useful. If it's not useful or helpful, you get a refund. So someone writes, it's funny. Almost a year after my breakup, I find myself watching more and more videos about moving on and letting go. My ex and I are still in touch, kind of, but we were supposed to finally meet in person in April, and he did not follow through. He is confused. I get it, but I can't and won't make a decision for him. I'm done waiting because that is what I was doing. And waiting does not better your chances. The opposite might actually be true. That's absolutely true. So there's this shift in me. I'm noticing it overall, and it feels good. I'm going to talk about this in a future one. There, MX Shark Gang, there is a shift, but it usually takes time. I'm going to catch a flight. Yeah, it usually takes time to get to a point where you're done waiting, and it could take months, not a couple weeks. That's for sure. And it is when you do get over the other side of that hill, it does feel good. All right, folks, I just wanted to come on, drop those stories. Thank you for the likes, the 3 likes on deck, and thank you for the donation, MC in England. I really appreciate it. MX Shark Gang, I wish you all the best. Enjoy your ride from Ohio back to Seattle. That's a long drive. Should be fun with a new car. Rob, Guardian at the Gate, you're always welcome. Flox 94110, always welcome, my friend. Jesse Chapman, you are a legend. You've been a legend. And it's curtains.